Tonight on ABR. Much have been speculated over signs of bubbles in the Thai property and stock market, driven by hot money inflows and trading activities. Rice industry leaders from Myanmar, Thailand, and Vietnam met in Rangoon in a first attempt to coordinate Myanmar's rapidly growing rice exports with two of the world's largest rice exporting countries. Cambodia is losing to indirect trade and investments with India, worth almost 5 times more than its direct economic activities, a situation deemed unfavorable to the country. Catch the latest on the economic beat within the region with Javier and Sthaphat Paetong. This is ASEAN Business Report.
Good evening on Friday, March the 15th, 2013. You are watching ASEAN Business Report broadcasting from Bangkok, Thailand. I am Sthaphat Paetong.
And I am Javier. And today we're going to focus firstly, Sthaphat, on the Thai stock market with its movement, interestingly, as Asian markets were mostly higher this afternoon following another strong lead from Wall Street, where the Thai stock market has reached 1,600. The Stock Exchange of Thailand index reached 1,600, making a quadruple rise from the figure since 2009. The yen eased after Japanese lawmakers gave final approval to the government's nominees to take the helm at the Bank of Japan, with expectations high that it will usher in more aggressive monetary easing. Tokyo rose 1.45%, its highest level since September 2008, while Sydney bounced back from 3 days of losses to register its biggest rise since July, adding 1.75%. In the afternoon, Shanghai rallied 0.66% and Hong Kong was 0.1% higher, with both markets rebounding after a bleak week. Seoul, however, fell 0.78%. And now on the line with us is Paiboon Nalinthrangkurn from TISCO, who is going to talk about the stock market's movement tonight. Good evening.
สวัสดีครับ
ครับ สวัสดีครับ
Paiboon, the stock reached 1,600 level today. Do you think that this is a sign of showing the overheating of the stock or not?
I mean, for the market as a whole.
For the market as a whole.
I don't think we have reached that point yet. Because if you look at the valuations of the market, we are trading on about 14 times this year's earnings versus the likes of Philippines, which is trading on about 20 times earnings. Indonesia is on about 16 times. Malaysia, Singapore is on about 15 times. So I think I don't believe that we have reached that point yet. But for some certain stocks or certain sectors within the stock market, yes, there may be some element of overheating, like some of the smaller cap stocks or some of the companies that are listed on the MAI exchange. Those that are trading on maybe 50, 60 times earnings, those are the ones that are maybe sort of overheating a little bit, yeah.
Well, do you think the valuation of the stock reflect the fundamental or the earning growth of companies in the stock market?
No, you have to understand that we are now in what I've termed it as a equity super cycle. We've seen the commodity super cycle about 3-4 years ago, and in the past 2 to 3 years we were in the debt super cycle. Now I think it's the equity super cycle. The reason why I say that is because all the liquidity that has been pumped into the system by the central banks of the U.S. and Europe. I think most of that money in the past 2 to 3 years were parked in the debt market because the outlook for the economy still wasn't looking very certain. But now that seems like the large economies are showing signs of a turning around. So a lot of the money that have been pumped into the system by the central banks and have been parked in the debt market have started to come out of the debt market and into the equities market. So I think. And that's why we are in a completely new era for equities. As long as the central banks of the world still do not change their monetary policy by being more restrictive, I think we are still going to see equity markets around the world going up.
Kun Paiboon, what are the main factors contributing to a sharp rise in the stock prices?
This year or today or what?
For the Thai stocks.
For today or?
Today.
Just today.
Oh, just today. I think today is, Thailand has such a good story in terms of, first if you look at the macro picture, our economy last year was growing at 6%, and this year everyone's saying 5%, and most economists, both here and abroad, have been upgrading their forecast on the Thai economy. The rating agencies, one of them have just recently upgraded our rating. And then I think in the next few months, we can expect to see one or two more starting to upgrade their credit ratings. And also the earnings of the companies listed on the exchange, which were reported, for last year's earnings, came out, I think, a lot stronger than most analysts have expected. So it's all a combination of good stories coming out of the economy, out of the corporate sector. And generally, the liquidity situation is still very favorable for equities performance. We have a low interest rate environment. Inflation is not really a concern, and everything's looking good.
Now, what about the foreign investors? Are they talking about a possible sign of the bubbles in the market?
No. I think, like I said, for some certain stocks maybe, but for the market in general, I think foreign investors they mainly focus on the PE ratio, the forward PE ratio, and they would compare it to other markets. Right now, ASEAN, like I said, the average PE ratio of the ASEAN market is about 16 times. We are 14 times, so we are still about 20% below. Yes, we are a little bit more expensive than the North Asian markets, but that's because our economy is growing at a much faster pace.
And in your view, where will the market go? Do you think 1,700 is possible?
I'm not too sure when we will get there. I think before this cycle is over, we are going to break the old record. And the old record, I think, was somewhere around 1780 or something like that. I think before this cycle is over, and I'm not saying the cycle will be over in the next 2 or 3 days. I think this cycle will carry on for the next year, and before it's over, we are going to do a new record.
All right. Kun Paiboon, just one last question. What should Thai investors be watching for at the moment with the Thai stocks movement?
I think investors should be focusing a lot on fundamentals of the company that they invest in. They shouldn't really buy based on rumors or news or what their friends are buying. Because I think with the market now trading near 1,600, the market is not extremely cheap anymore. So you've got to be concerned, especially some of the smaller names, the names that the analyst community is not really covering. So you have to be extra concerned, exercise care. But otherwise, invest for the long term, and I'm sure equity will deliver another good performance this year as well as next year.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Kun Paiboon.
Sure. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, from the stock market situation in Thailand, Kun Jeremy, as the Thai baht situation has been in the spotlight for quite a while.
Right.
Today, let's get the latest updates of the situation. Well, yesterday, the Thai baht was more volatile, and the generally strong dollar initially helped US dollar per Thai baht move higher. But this was met with strong exporter orders at above the 29.65 level. And the conflicting signals and recommendations from Thai policymakers, has not helped matters, leading to uncertainty in the market.
Well, this morning, the Thai baht remained active and is currently at around 29.58 to 29.62. But yesterday, the Thai Finance Minister Kittirat Naranong noted that the recent strength of the baht is excessive and unnatural. And he also complained that the current interest rate is too high and maybe one of the reasons that the baht strengthened. And all this is in line with the other past signals and the ongoing policy debate between the Finance Ministry and also the Bank of Japan.
And the central bank, though, has generally appeared unmoved by such complaints, as seen from its confident decision to keep interest rates on hold at its policy meeting last month.
And now we're going to turn to a report by the UBS, which forecasts that the speculative buying in the mid to high-end condo market.
According to UBS Investment Research, while it seems there is increased speculative buying in the Thai property market, it is believed that this is confined not only to the condo market, but also to specific segments in the condo sector. Based on discussion with industry experts and property companies, the researchers believe there is increased speculative buying in the mid to high-end condo market, but not at levels that warrant concern as yet. The speculative analysis comes from a property tour field trip hosted by Thailand UBS. The researchers visited Sansari's prefab factory, LPN's Riverside project, the St. Regis residences, Raymond Land's 185 project, and Pruksa's Pathanakarn project in order to gain insight on the Thai property demand. The trip focused on identifying whether the increased demand in the Thai property is real or if the market is being driven by increased speculation. The team also wanted to gain insight on the upcountry market to determine whether the increased exposure to the market is warranted and sustainable. Top picks properties are LPN, Asian Property, and Pruksa Real Estate. UBS researchers like LPN because of its exposure to the low-end housing segment, which they expect to outperform during 2013, as well as the company's high asset turnover and 2013 estimate return on equity of 30%, which is the highest under UBS coverage. Asian Property and Pruksa Real Estate are attractive due to cheap valuations and expected strong revenue generation in 2013.
And now moving on to the next top story, the Thailand Chile Free Trade Agreement, or TCFTA, would go into effect by the fourth quarter of this year after the Thai Parliament endorsed the pact on Tuesday. The TCFTA becomes the second bilateral pact with a Latin American country after Peru and the seventh with trading partners. This FTA will result in a big boost in two-way trade as each nation is committed to cutting duties on more than 90% of trade in goods. Investment is expected to grow significantly as Chile has allowed Thailand to invest easily in services with up to 100% ownership. Chilean investors have also eyed various industries in Thailand to capitalize on its strategic location for expanding to other ASEAN markets under regional integration. Expanding investment between the two partners will help eliminate distance barriers, facilitate logistics, and cut transport costs in the long run. Chile is Thailand's third largest trading partner in Latin America after Brazil and Argentina. Trade between Thailand and Chile was worth $978.43 million last year. Thailand enjoyed a trade surplus with Chile of $278.07 million.
Well, now, Kun Satapat, let's get some insights from the FTAs between Thailand and Chile.
Right.
With on the line with us, a great honor to welcome Ambassador Javier Becker on the line. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. How are you?
Ambassador, can you hear us?
Yes, I hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Ambassador, how will the FTA that's been, the deal has been agreed among Thailand and Chile benefit the bilateral trade between the two countries?
Well, you know, this is a negotiation that started last year, 2011, and then we already negotiated for almost a year and a half. The last round of negotiation was last year in August, and I think both countries agreed to open the market for our products. You know that Chile has already diminished. We have a very low tariff for our products at this moment in Chile, but we wanted to increase our trade to Thailand also. We already have some kind of agreement, similar agreement with different countries of the area. For example, we have enforced FTA with Singapore, Brunei, and Malaysia, and also we have one with Vietnam that have to be enforced. Not yet. We are in preliminary talk with Indonesia, and also we have a FTA with Japan, Korea, and China, in negotiation with Hong Kong, in some kind of agreement with India, and we have also New Zealand and Australia. And only we needed, you know, to put Thailand in this map of our FTAs in the area. Then we are very happy that the agreement was already approved in the Thai Parliament, and I understand that we need only to sign the agreement to come into force in Thailand. In Chile, the process just starts with the signature. Then we expect to sign this agreement as soon as possible.
All right, Ambassador Becker, through the FTA, do you think that Thai business people can use Chile as a gateway to enter Latin America markets?
Yes, well, of course, that's one of the purposes of the agreement, you know, that the Thai business people could use Chile as a entry place to the rest of Latin American market. We have a very open economy, and actually all those agreements that I mentioned to you, we have also agreements with the European Union in America, with most of the countries in America. Then our economy is very open, and this will give a big opportunity to business people, Thai business people, to enter into Chile and the rest of Latin American market.
Mm-hmm. How big is the market as of now?
In Chile, for example, we have a very low tariff. The applying tariff today for all our products is around 6%. Mm-hmm. And we would like to have a better performance here in Thailand. And you have very high tariffs in some products that affect our imports to Thailand. But you know, 90% of our product will go with zero tariffs as soon as we sign the agreement, and there's only a 10% that is will be in a calendar for reduce tariff in the different periods of year, 2, 3, 5, 10 years, something like that.
And in terms of the investment between the two countries, Thailand and Chile, how is the situation right now?
Yeah, well, now Chile has some investment here. We have one company, a Chilean company that have they bought a company that produces piece and part for the mining industry. They have a factory in Saraburi area, in the north of Bangkok, and also there are some investors that already are looking the Thai market in the medicine to buy laboratory in order to export medicines. Also, some chemical Chilean company is opening an office in Bangkok right now. The National Society of Agriculture, they also opened an office, a representative office last year here in Bangkok. Then you can see that since last year, there's some interest in coming to Thailand and to install some kind of office to increase our participation in Thai trade and commerce, and also in a view to expand from Thailand to the rest of the ASEAN countries.
Mm-hmm. Ambassador, it has been noted that the wine tax has also been an issue of concern for many from the European side. So can you reveal to us if this issue was a sensitive issue during the negotiations? Well,
yes. Well, you know that Chilean wine is one of our main products that we are known abroad. Even though our main export product is copper, wine is one our product that we are known because of the good wine that we produce in Chile. And that's an issue that we would like to have a better participation in the local market.
Right.
We recognize that you have very high tariff, and of course we would like to have a better participation and increase our participation in the Thailand market.
Right. And Mr. Ambassador, do you have any plan to make Thai business people know more about Chile and vice versa?
Yes, well, actually I am trying to talk with some authorities here in Thailand in order to organize a seminar in Chile about how to do business also in Thailand, because the Chilean business people is very interesting to come here. And I think we are going to prepare something during this year in order that some Chilean business people will come to Thailand, and also some business people from Thailand will go to Chile, and they could be introduced in our system how to invest in Chile.
Just one last question. What are the products that Thailand that Chile is interested from Thailand and vice versa? Can you give us some examples?
Yes, well, most of your products that you sell to Chile is automobile and parts of vehicles. Especially you sell to us the pickup trucks. Right. For agriculture, for the farms, that kind of thing. And also, well, your canned food, rubber products, plastic products. That's a kind of product that you export to Chile. Of course, you will have nice gems and jewels that you can export to Chile. And from Chile, we export to Thailand most of minerals. You know, we are one of the worldwide producers of copper. Also, fresh and processed seafood, paper and pulp of paper, animal oil and animal products, and some good products that, you know, paper to produce newspaper and that kind of products. That's our main product, but actually also we're increasing our participation here in the wine, with the fruit, with a lot of seafood. We produce salmon. We're the second largest producer of salmon worldwide. And also in some kind of fruit that I think we are expecting to send to Thailand, like blueberries, for example. We're the first exporters of blueberries worldwide.
Wow.
Well, thank you so much for joining our program tonight, Mr. Ambassador.
Okay, thank you very much.
We're going to take a short break. After we come back with more regional updates, as Myanmar is looking to coordinate its rice exports with Thailand and Vietnam. Stay tuned.